rise and say my prayer. Little piece of bread to my mouth, little tea to wash it out. It's my daily tribulation, even though I'm a working man. I work so hard to make ends meet, soldier, with one suit and one shoe to my feet. Days are getting so hard, yeah, but I got to keep on pushing on this 9 to 5, working to stay alive. On my 9 to 5, working till sun goes down. As the sun sets in the west, I pack my things and head on home, thinking about tomorrow's journey as I try these streets alone. It's my daily tribulation, oh yeah, searching for liberation, yeah. Got to step out of Babylon, take a step to Mount Zion. Days are getting so hard, yeah, but I got to keep on pushing on this 9 to 5, working to stay alive. Oh, on this 9 to 5, yeah, working till sun goes down, sun goes down. Days are getting so hard, yeah, but I got to keep on pushing on this 9 to 5, working to stay alive. Oh, on this 9 to 5, working till sun goes down, sun goes down, sun goes on this 9 to 5, yeah, working to stay alive. Oh, on this 9 to 5, yeah, working till sun goes down. Oh Lord, got to keep working, got to keep working.
I'm Al McFarlane, and welcome to Conversations with Al McFarlane. This is Wednesday. We focus on entrepreneurship, on business creation, and we're fortunate to continue in the series focusing on the bee marketplace. First of all, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
I'm switching around my technology, so I want to make sure that you're able to hear me. And I'm not sure if I'm coming through the microphone or through my camera speaker, but if there's a problem, let me know as we go along. You know, we've been working for the past several weeks, and we will through the end of the month and perhaps beyond, with a group of phenomenal, gifted, I call them mastermind genius entrepreneurs. They make up the bee marketplace. The bee marketplace is a place where women associated with and convened by, let's see, got double volume here. Let me turn something off just a second. Convened by the Black Women's Wealth Alliance, have created an online marketplace full of resources, products, and ways to engage. And so we are continuing that series today. Let me first welcome Brittany Alexander here on behalf of the B Marketplace and the Black Women's Wealth Alliance. Brittany, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you guys today? It's
Let
cold
me.
out.
I'm not hearing you for some reason. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Go ahead again.
Can you hear me now? Are you able to hear me? Okay. Hey everybody, I'm Brittany. I am the campaign manager for
So
the
my audio is not
marketplace.
working. Keep talking. I'll
Oh,
get my
okay.
audio fixed.
Yeah, and this is the first time I actually am getting to meet all of you ladies. So welcome and thank you for being a part of B Marketplace. We love having Black women owned businesses in our B Marketplace, especially I've looked at all of your profiles. They're amazing. Anika, I know you do the aromatherapy, and Miss Caldwell, you're focused on more community resources, correct? And then Latasha with your healthy, helpful insight, healthcare. So it's amazing. Thank you ladies for being here today.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Yes, we're excited to
Okay,
have you.
great. I just heard you say thank you. Glad to be here. What did I miss?
We were just introducing them.
Somehow there's a delay on my equipment. I'm not sure what it is. So, Brittany, you and I have done this a bit. You're kind of my co-pilot right now.
Right.
So you go ahead and move the program and
Okay.
introduce the colleagues, the guests, and I'm going to work on getting my technology to work the right way, okay?
Okay, for sure.
Okay, great.
Okay, so usually how the show runs, ladies, if you haven't seen an episode before this, I'll show your business profiles. I have all of your websites pulled up. And to anyone watching right now, I'll actually explain what the B Marketplace is. We are an online marketplace that is catering to local Minnesota Black women-owned businesses. We've been open since December 15th, and we're going all the way through the 30th of January. And here, as Mr. McFarlane said before, you can find all sorts of things: aromatherapy, apparel, professional services, anything you're looking for, you can find at the B Marketplace. And what I'll start to do is I'll just have each lady introduce themselves and what their business is, and then we'll show their website. And we can go from there. So I'll start off with Anika, since I see you first here. Kind of just give a background about your business and what it is, and I could pull up the website so people can see what it is, and then we can go from there.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Brittany.
Yes.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Anika Stafford, and I am the owner of Wild Purple Energy Health and Wellness. And I have been interested in health and wellness and spirituality since forever. So I am really big on self-care and wellness. It's kind of my thing, and spirituality. I've been on my spiritual journey now for quite a while. So I wanted to make a company to help other people learn how to take care of themselves and learn alternative methods of caring for themselves in easy, fast, easily accessible ways to basically feel good and improve their mental, spiritual, and physical health. A little background about myself. I studied psychology and biology in school. I'm a licensed school counselor, and I worked at my master's in school counseling and worked in that field for about 17 years. And I've been always playing with oils and perfumes and aromatherapy, and an avid meditator. And I just decided to create my company around wellness and spirituality. So I am a certified Reiki practitioner, certified spiritual counselor, and a intuitive holistic practitioner. So that's what I built my company around, just alternative ways to help people feel better mentally and spiritually, but then also physically, since physical issues often have emotional issues that cause them. So, yeah.
And how long have you been in business for?
Yes, I started my company in fall of 2018, but really it took off in the fall of 19 when I started doing shows around town here in the Twin Cities. And I had a really strong reaction, and all the shows I did went really well. So I realized I had something good here. I'm selling my aromatherapy products that I blend myself, and also my energy healing services.
Oh, okay, perfect. So what I'll do now is I will show your website, and then you let me know if you can see your screen. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Or if you can see my screen, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
So let's do this. We're at the Wild Purple Energy. And then I'll kind of just have you explain some of the things on your website and some of the products and where people can purchase and kind of your process for getting a consumer some of your products. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. You tell me where to start and stop. But I'll just kind of go through the first page here.
Okay. Yeah, so this is kind of my first page. I'm just talking about the things I have to offer. I have what I call a bioenergetic self-care line, which is aromatherapy products that I blend myself. I pick a target issue I want to address, like anxiety or spiritual protection, emotional clearing, relaxation, grounding, and with my knowledge of oils and also intuition, create a synergistic blend. And I also, some of the products that have water in them have crystal essences in them. And I also run energy and pray over each product. So they're really high vibration products, very unique. You won't be able to find anything exactly quite like it. And that's my Wild Purple Energy brand. And you're seeing here some of the aura sprays and the oil blends and the perfume oils and bath salts is primarily what the product line consists of. And I sell them online here at my own site. And I do shows on the ground in the Twin Cities areas. And I announce those shows like on my Instagram page. So please follow Wild Purple Energy on Instagram.
Okay.
And so in addition to the products, I also have services. So if we could go to the consultation page.
Yes, I see that.
Great. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for consultations, I do one-on-ones, energy, health, and wellness consultations, and backflower remedy consultations, and spiritual consultations, where that's if you kind of want. I don't do therapy. I am a counselor, but I don't do therapy. I do spiritual coaching using intuition and active listening and things like that. If you're having emotional issues, oh my God, y'all, don't sleep on backflower essences. It's like a vibrational remedy. They don't interact with any medications, and they can really help you relax, help you with stress, and help really bring about some really deep healing, help you break habits and help you move forward in your wellness journey. You can buy them on Amazon and lots of different places, but sometimes people don't know how to blend them correctly because they're just not aware of like their subconscious issues. So I certainly want to empower you to go and buy and pick your own, but there's a synergy in picking and creating a custom remedy. So that's what I can do for you. And it's cheaper, honestly, to have somebody make your remedy than for you to go and buy 7 bottles yourself. So yeah. I recommend doing those. They work really, really, really well. My clients and myself have great success with the flower essences. So I recommend definitely trying that out. And so those are my consults. I also do, if you kind of scroll down to the relaxation party, I also do wellness educating in groups. So if you want something fun to do with your family or your girlfriends, you can book a relaxation party. And I'll mail out a kit, a little wellness kit that has a little sample of all of my oil blends and bath salts, and a little portable foot bath if you don't have one of your own. And you'll get it before the event, and you get a chance to smell everything, explain how they work, try them. We'll take a foot bath together and do a meditation and a group energy healing together. So it's kind of like a party thing you can do with your friends. And I also do that for organizations. I've been working with teens and some kids, working with some Upward Bound programs all over the country who booked sessions. And I'm teaching kids about wellness and how to manage their emotions, how to take care of themselves, eat right, all that kind of stuff. So, and you can see that on the speaking engagement page, all of those things.
Oh, okay. Wow. And I'm assuming everything is virtual right now. Are you doing anything in person for this?
Yeah, I mean, locally, for a small group, I might consider that maybe in about a month's time, I will do some. But right now, everything is virtual. Yes.
Everything is virtual. Okay.
Yes.
And then what's your most popular service that you offer that people are like, I got to go to Wild Purple Energy and I have to do this?
Okay, probably the backflower remedies. It's a newer service, but it's going well so far. I have probably my Reiki clients. It's probably my most popular because that's what I've been doing the longest. So I have more traction there. And people always feel really relaxed. They fall asleep all the time. I have to wake them up and tell them the session is over because they are out. And it helps them sleep well and say they always have a good night of sleep. So that's probably my most popular service at the time, but that's changing as I've added new services. My most popular product is probably the protection. If you go to, let's see, what's the best place to find it? If you go to the products page,
The products. Okay.
the shop.
Oh, shop. There we go. Okay.
Go to shop. And you can see, and I have all my product lines, kind of together. You can search by the type of product, like an aura spray or bath salt, or you can search by the product line. Like I have an emotional clearing product line for releasing repressed emotions. And I have a protection line that helps strengthen your aura and create boundaries. So when you're out at work or at the grocery store, you're not so susceptible to other people's energy fields who might be feeling bad that day, and you can absorb. Everything is energy. And that's what I'm trying to teach everyone. We are bioelectric, biomagnetic, and spiritual beings. It's not just our physical body. And there's a lot of fear and toxicity going on right now. And you will you absorb that. If you don't have spiritual boundaries, if you don't know how to protect your energy body and your energetic self, protect your spirit, you can become kind of infiltrated and you get clogged up. And my products are a way to kind of get that out and help you create boundaries around yourself so you can move throughout the population and keep your energetic and your own emotional integrity intact. So that's what those products do. So protection is my biggest product seller.
Oh, wow. No, that's amazing. I think everybody needs that right now. I think the world is just in a place where it's like, I don't know. Everybody's in a mental state, and especially our kids right now, everything going on. I was just actually talking to a young man who had some real problems this morning with distance learning. And I was trying to just put him up and uplift his mood and everything, so something like this would be great even for our kids to use. And it is safe for kids to use. I see you have a bubble bath here.
Yes.
Recommended for the younger generation or?
Yes, they are. I did keep that in mind, especially I've been working with, teenagers, my whole life and tweens my whole life. And there are most of their products are safe for kids. There's a few products that might be a little bit too much, the aromatherapy, like the Detach blend, I wouldn't use for kids. But like the emotional clearing and wind down and grounding are kid safe. And I do have some young people, parents who's used them and had some success. So they are definitely safe. And flower essences are really wonderful for children. They don't have really side effects. They're just vibrational. So if your child can't focus in school, having outbursts, feeling isolated, feeling depressed, flower essences are a great way to go. They work really well and they don't interact with anything, which is really nice. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. That is great to know. So you're out there watching, you got some stressed out kids at home, make sure you get to Wild Purple Energy to get some products.
Yes.
Help them out. Help the whole household. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, okay. So thank you for that. I'm sure we'll be coming back to you just for some more questions and Q&A and things like that. So then I'll go to, is McFarlane, you're back on? Sorry, I took over your job.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Listen, I'm totally fascinated, and you're doing a phenomenal job. And it's a relief for me to know that I'm working with consummate professionals like you, Brittany, and the entrepreneurs who are here. So I'm going to just stand back a little bit. I'm enjoying this, right? And let's keep the flow going, Brittany, with you. Go ahead, do what you're doing, and I'll jump in, okay?
Okay. Then if that's the case, then we're going to move on to our next lady here. I'm going to just, please, is it Antonita? Oh, you might be on mute.
It's Antonetta, and thank you very much, Brittany. Yes, my name is Antonetta Caldwell. Anika, I loved everything that you were saying, and I'm so with you. I'm coming with you in the same type of healing and wellness, but with the youth. I'm Northside Culture, a brand new nonprofit organization, and we provide after-school activities for youth 12 to 17 with equitable access, meaningful learning skills in an artistic environment. We're located in the Northside Loft area where the building is full of artists. And I personally interviewed most of the artists in that building. So we are creating an artistic community. But our mission at Northside Culture, we are here to build the youth up through a holistic wellness approach. And that means physically, mentally, family, spiritually. And we want to offer support and encouragement in a community environment that has been characterized by violence, unchecked community trauma, wealth gap, educational gap, a digital divide, underserved and underrepresented in many areas due to systemic and other barriers, which impacts a person's wellness. So self-esteem is top priority for success in all of our youth's future. Northside Culture programs are comprehensive combination of instructor-led, online, in-person, group, self-paced learning experiences. And I tell you a little bit more about the programs. We have home visits. We match youth with activities of interest, mentoring support, coaching tools to articulate their vision for life, to help plan their future and confidence to succeed in social environments, leadership skills, and a variety of professional development workshops. Like I said, we're located in an art building, and we have the art of sewing, the art of writing, the art of cooking, the art of awareness of economics, all types of crafts and skills, cultural service activities, and volunteering, which is very important as well. We have youth education on self-advocacy skills. I've taught public policy and other types of community services, and policy and youth issues in the community, which is some of the youth will go through as well. Meeting community leaders and legislators. We provide different exposure options of displaying their creative skills, and they'll be able to display that throughout the Twin Cities in the year, which will create an awareness of community participation with these skills that may influence their career path. So we're hoping, that they will heal through these types of programs. But our participants, they do have obligations too. They are expected and must be willing to participate to build their character and pride in themselves and their community with high standards of behavior. All of our participants will have an initial intake meeting with the Northside Culture staff and their parents. And parents will also be required to attend one volunteering event a year with their child. Like I said, we are new, and I'm happy to be in this. So our products are more of a service, a human service. So I would like to say Northside Culture coming to North Minneapolis soon. But we do have a website. Okay. Our timeline on our website will be completed by April. That is work in process. Myself, I am not a social media, Facebook, Instagram, any of that, but I am now a part of that community as well. So I have been playing on my website to learn how to work it, and that's what you'll see. So our website will be completed by April. We just finished the process of branding, and once we get all of that information up there, so everything you see on the website will be totally different. There's only a couple things on there that I will be keeping. If you scroll back up just a little bit more, there's some of the programs. Yeah, our theme is connecting youth to avenues of wellness through cultivating through life quality programs. But the artistic expression, that one I really love because that's my grandson, and he's third generation artist, and I like that. So that particular one I'll keep. Everything else on the website will totally look different. because of the branding and everything that we're going. Our products that we will be selling, and that completes our website will be done by the end of May. And on there, it will feature all of our products that we sell to help for our fundraising to keep our programs going.
Oh, got it. Okay. And you, okay, is there anywhere on here that I can view your products, or is it not on here yet because it'll be done in May?
No,
Okay.
no, you cannot view the products yet. We are still under work in a lot of areas. Also, there's a lot of things that are not on the website. Like we will have applications for our participants to fill out on the website. We will also have applications for volunteers to complete on the website. We will also have background checks that can be done within 24 hours on the website. So the website is a big part of our program that's going to help us keep us safe and just give you everything that you need. A lot of the work with the youth will be on the website as well, on the computer. So I Antoinette Caldwell, I'm a third generation Northside Minneapolis wife, mother, raising the fourth and fifth generation. And so I have been just wanting to see something different for my community and something more positive, because we are all products of our community, and I'm seeking sustainable change, something positive that keeps us uplifted, working on that holistic healing.
And that's amazing. I grew up over north my entire life, and I always tell people, I used to be up at Falwell playing basketball, all type of stuff. I mean, I'm about to be 33, so of course a lot of things have changed. But
Yeah.
but I love the north side, and a lot of people who aren't from here just they don't like this part of town because of what they see on the news or whatever. They're trying to paint the narrative, and it's so important that we have things like the north side culture and Wild Purple Energy, and Healthy, Helpful Insight, these type of different organizations, that we can rely on as Northsiders, and I got the opportunity to interview your daughter last week. Your family is like all like artistic. I didn't know that mural on the Broadway. That's your husband who painted that, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes, I was just so amazed. I mean, you over north when you see that, so I'm like, man, that's history there. So how would somebody get involved with this? Are you going to be with the schools, or how would people know how to get involved with the North Side?
Like I said, we're brand new, so we will be doing fundraising. We will be doing recruiting of people in the neighborhood, all over. You will know. This is our Northside Culture's first interview. So thank you, Al McFarlane and Black Women's Wealth Alliance.
Yes.
So this is promoting coming soon to North Minneapolis. So you will definitely hear more from us. We'll be recruiting all over in many different ways.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, we will look forward to that. And like I said, we love having you here. So thank you for being here. And then we'll come back to you with some more Q&A as well.
Sure.
So then we'll move on to Latasha Lee with Healthy, Helpful Insight Healthcare Institute. So tongue twister sometimes if you say it fast. But yes. Oh, you know what? You're on mute. Okay, just give me 1 second.
How about now?
We can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Al, for having me. I appreciate this opportunity. My name is Latasha Lee. Let me see. I think I want to talk a little bit about me, particularly because I'm not a true Minnesotan. I've only lived in Minnesota for 5 years. I'm from Illinois. I originally came here in 2016. And during my short time here, I've done a plethora of things. I am a registered nurse. I have 3 degrees. My most recent degree is a master's in nursing. Um, I've taught at Metro State University. I've taught master's students. I currently sit on the Minnesota Board of Nursing, appointed by the governor, and I am a part of the NAACP Behavior and Wellness Committee. And My corporate job is I'm a nurse at Children's Minneapolis, and I love that. But what I'm here today for is I'm the owner and the instructor of Healthy Helpful Insight Healthcare Institute, which is a certified nursing school. And I also offer CPR, first aid, and AED courses. And I'm excited to say that I've landed 3 contracts for 2022 for the CPR classes. So I'm excited about that. Um, the CNA classes at the school are 5-week courses. The students take 75 hours with me. 59 of those hours are in the classroom, and then 16 hours are out in the community at local nursing homes when COVID allows for us to go out and do that. When COVID does not allow for us to do that, we've been guided by the Minnesota Department of Health that I can train the students in the classroom sector. Um, the school has been up and running for a year to date on July 26th. That was our grand opening last year. I must say we did better last year than what I had anticipated. So I'm looking forward to doing an even greater job this year. A little bit about the school. Healthy Helpful Insight was a vision of myself and my sister. I had a sister that was 2 years older than me. When we graduated high school, our parents didn't really have funding for us to go to college, so we went out to Miami Jacobs Junior College. I'm sorry, Miami Jacobs Job Corps. Sorry, and we obtained our CNA certifications there. While we were there training, we noticed that there was no Black people. We were kind of concerned about that. And then later, when we came back to Illinois to work, we noticed that there was some Black people in our area, but not a lot. And we kind of thought to ourselves, when we're older and wiser, maybe we should open a school. Well, God had a different plan for my sister. My sister ended up being diagnosed with lupus in 1999. And in 2009, my sister died. But on her deathbed, she was in the hospital for 25 days, and she made me promise that I would open the school. So, yeah, I just opened the school last year. So I sat on that for 10 years. My sister kept coming to me in a dream. She came 3 times. So during COVID, when COVID first came about, I was like, well, we can't go anywhere. Maybe I should start buying stuff for the school. And then I started the work of that, just buying stuff and figuring out stuff through the Minnesota Department of Health. And now we have Healthy Helpful Insight. And so the school is very passionate to me because there's a relationship there, and a sentimental piece with my sister, but also that I have a love for teaching. I absolutely love being a nurse. And oftentimes when I'm at work, there's no Black nurses. So I work at Children's Minneapolis, and I think there's maybe about 10 of us Black nurses. So I have a desire to bring more men and women to the healthcare sector at the entry level of the CNA because that's what I can offer them now. And then I will continue to be a lifelong mentor to help them to go on to pursue nursing. And I must share with you guys, right before I got on, one of my students sent me a message and said she just landed a job and she's excited. And she also got accepted into a nursing program. So it's stuff like that that just really makes my heart happy. Sorry, I'm getting a little mushy here, but I just love it. And I'm just so excited. And I just want to see us do great. And I'm trying to do what I can, which is why, I applied to get on the Minnesota Board of Nursing through the governor because I just feel like we have to be the change that we want to see and we have to take action and not just talk about it. I will say that I believe that my space that I'm in is growing. Um, and I feel like I'm going to need a new space. So if any of you guys know of any spaces, let me know. And I also want to say, Mrs. Codwell, in my school, I have Healthy Helpful Insight Healthcare Institute painted on my wall. Your daughter, Keisha, painted that on
Oh,
my wall. So Keisha is doing amazing things. And I just wanted to share that with you. And I'll stop talking now if anybody has questions.
oh my God, you are giving me the chills. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Thank you
You're
so
doing
much.
awesome work, and
Thank
your
you.
awareness of the Black that need to be in the culture. I'm loving it in the nursing industry. I can appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, let me jump in here. I put a note in the chat. People who are listening or watching on Facebook Live or YouTube can't see that internal communication, but the note was to my guest today and my colleague, my partner here, Brittany Alexander. And the note was simply this: you all are phenomenal. Wow. I'm so impressed. I'm so pleased to be in your company. And I feel it's my obligation and my duty and my pleasure, actually. It's an honor for me to be uh, in a position to use my platforms to lift you in your work, your vision, the excellence, the integrity, the healing power that you are bringing to our community and to humanity. I'm posting. That's why I'm glad to have Brittany here co-hosting with me, because I'm posting this as we talk to a bunch of groups. I'm asking them to check it out. I'm sending this to Global Peace Radio shows, to Northside for Life, to the Power of Boo, to the National League of African American Women Voters. I'm sending it to the International Year for People of African Descent. I'm sending it to a group called Family 1000. It's part of my own family line. It's the Sykes family. Kenya McKnight and I both are Sykeses. That's our in my maternal line, and I think it's her maternal. I'm not sure which, but we're cousins, right? I'm sending this to a group called Jamaicans from around the globe. I'm sending it to Insight News TV. I'm sending it to groups like CBA, Northside Community Benefits Agreement, and others. And I'll be sending some more out as we go. What's the point? We also are sharing this live to the website of the Black Press of America. Insight News is a member of National Newspaper Publishers Association. Our organization, we call it NNPA, has a website and social media program called Black Press USA. We're streaming this not only on the Insight News, Al McFarlane Media, social media platforms, but also to Black Press USA. So I say this to connect with people who are listening and watching, asking you to like this program and to share it. What we have to do is keep telling ourselves that we are building a future in which we win. I'm reading 2 books right now. Yes. I'm reading one by Carter G. Woodson, Dr. Woodson. It's a book that was written in 1933. It was about the miseducation of the Negro, right? And he talks about problems and solutions that have been endemic or pandemic in our community, in our culture, as a consequence of the victimization we experience as products of the transatlantic slave trade. I'm also reading a book of solutions being proposed by the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And Garvey has, I think, 22 or 32 principal strategies for building community. Now, as I'm reading those things, I also am watching every day or several days a week a program on social media called Narrative.com. I'm wearing a narrative shirt. If you can see that. If you get a chance to go to www.narrative, narrative with a K, that's important. Think of knowledge. Knowledge is spelled with a K. Well, This is narrative spelled with a K. And narrative is producing a social media experience for our people globally under the banner of the name Nubia, Knubia. So all this is a long way of getting to a point. The point is that in Narrative and Nubia, people like you and like me are showing up every week, listening to each other, talking to each other, talking to the world, and determining and reflecting the knowledge that we have both an opportunity and an obligation, a duty to ourselves, our children, to our ancestors, and to humanity to bring our best knowledge, our best information, and our best selves to the table of decision, and to begin to see ourselves and address ourselves as the co-authors of the future.
Yes.
We own the future. We are the future, and we have to see ourselves that way. So when I see you, Letitia, when I see you, Sister Caldwell, sister, when I see you, Anika and Brittany, I'm actually addressing the presence of God in you. I see the power of God in you, and that is the power of creation.
That is the power of life, the life force. And I see in you an eternity, and through you, an eternity that bears our imprint, an eternity that brings abundant life, fulfilling life, healing life to each of us, and that the healing that you are delivering to our community is the healing that you are. That's who you are. And I think in being that, you're telling us that's who each of us is.
Yeah.
That's who we are to each other. We're healers. And so you talked about healthy, helpful insight healthcare institute blowing me away. You are saying, and the post I sent to the other organizations was a reminder. I say, our health is our business.
Yes.
Our health is our business. And I'm saying that any way you want to say it. My grandmother used to say, boy, you know, she was a pastor's wife. My grandfather was a pastor. And she'd say, you know, the church is our business. And she meant that, or she'd say, mind your own business, first of all, mind your business. That's number one. Paul said that. And she'd say, church is your business. And in saying that, she said, you know, church is one of the biggest businesses on the planet. Look at it for what it does, but look at it for what it is at the same time. Health is a big business, and all of you are embarked on understanding the business of health.
Yeah.
How do we both serve and value what we bring? And we don't have to worry about somebody saying, oh, they're just trying to get rich. No, we're saying we're using money as a tool to measure impact. And our intent is to deliver massive impact of solutions to the challenges our people face, the history, to erase and obliterate all the negative energy that has bound us, and to liberate ourselves into a future that reveals who we truly are to ourselves and to humanity. Well, I'm through preaching, but you guys,
I felt like I was in church because you guys recorded.
So I want to come back around, Brittany, and ask each of these authors to tell more of your personal story. What inspires you? And Sonetta,
yeah,
I'm a fan of the Caldwells forever. You know that. You guys, as a family, I know you're a family, and you are absolutely amazing and phenomenal and inspiration for everybody. I talked to your daughter about one of the paintings that I saw. I had it in the paper where your grandson was holding his paintbrushes.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Is that the painting with the athletes with Rod Carew, and I'm not sure which painting it is, but he's standing in the front of some people.
Yeah, holding his.
And
I think he's
paintbrush.
wearing the boxing trunks.
Right.
Yes.
Amazing. But that's how we program our children to the future. We show them in their glory and who they are young, and they simply have to keep growing into it. Mm-hmm. So, Anika, let me go back to you. Talk about your story, your personal story, and how you come to be the Anika Stafford that you are today.
Okay. Well, yes, I grew up here in the cities on the St. Paul side. All my love for Minneapolis. I love Minneapolis too, but I'm mostly St. Paul person. And I've always been an inquisitive young person. I love to learn. I love to read. I love studying cultures. And I always felt a strong connection to God and to Source. And I've just always been interested in spirituality. But I even beyond, what I get going to church. And I attended Pilgrim Baptist Church as my family church when I was younger. And I love going. I would kind of drag my parents sometimes. But I also realized, as much as I loved being there, and I really love the energy of being in church. I just love, like, I felt I'd always be moved and almost feel like I would cry, when we sang, and because I just felt a lot. I'm very sensitive. I'm very much like an empath. I can feel other people's energy very, very, very well, which of course was a difficulty for me being young and in my young adulthood. And I obviously learned how to protect myself and how to grow that power and use it to help others. So I am very intuitive, very empathic. I love studying about the universe. So I study cosmology. I've studied a little Hinduism, Buddhism, laws of Ma'at, Hermeticism, Christianity, Judaism, everything. I just like studying religions and different religions, and I love going to different places of worship. And that helped me to learn, kind of expand my consciousness And in studying culture, I learned about how other cultures deal with health and saw that there's a completely different model of health. Our current system is great. It's based on allopathic medicine. And allopathic medicine is the best form of medicine for certain things. It really is. But there's also, herbal medicine. There's traditional Chinese medicine. There's Ayurvedic medicine, there's vibrational medicine, there's shamanic medicine, and it just fascinates me to no end. I can never get tired of reading about other models of the body and what our body is capable of. And that, along with my, wanting to help other people, I just see that there are sometimes with certain issues, there are other systems of health in management that works better for certain things. So what I want people to understand is we want to use our conventional system and everything else that is available. And my prayer is that one day that, insurance companies will pay for all different types of healing for mental and physical healing. You feeling me there. We're on the same level.
Yeah.
So it's not just one mind. What about, so no one in Africa or Asia knows nothing about the body? It's only Europeans in the West with one system? Like, come on, that's crazy. So that is my goal, to teach people that their spirituality and their faith and their emotions are connected to their physical and mental health. And you have to consider not just our biology, but our spirit and our actual energy body. Our body has a consciousness. Our thoughts, our emotions are things that have substance. And that means that if thoughts and emotions are energy, that means they can be moved, released, and they can be changed. And we need to understand that so we can feel our best in this craziness that we live in right now. So that's my goal.
Well, I think you are truly, is it empathetic? Is that the word? Empathetic? Is that the word?
Because empathic. Yeah, and
empathic. That's it. Mm-hmm. As you were speaking, I was about to ask you a question that you answered.
Oh, okay.
Describe the energy body, and you went straight into it. And so that's what we're talking about here right now. Which Stafford family are you from in St. Paul? Stafford, Stafford's our institution.
Yes. My parents are Jan and Okarita Stafford. And yes, if you know a Stafford, they're probably my uncle or aunt or cousin. We're a big family. We come from South Carolina on both sides, and also the Brunson family. So yeah, I'm a Southern girl at heart. I went to Florida A&M University. Lived in Atlanta for a couple of years, but brought it on back home. Home is where the heart is. Home is where family is. So, yeah. That's where I'm from.
Antoinette, go ahead and same story. You've mentioned 3 generations. You mentioned 5 generations. Talk about that, what it means and what it means to you. What's the vision? What's the mission? Now, unmute, please.
I apologize. I have to say I'm in awe of these women. And Anika, my family, my roots are in Florida. Latasha, I'm loving your spirit. But I am a spiritual being as well. I accepted Christ young in my life, and everything I do is spiritually rooted, coming from the heart in a place of love. In my program as well, we will have a program called Listening for Understanding, where they'll talk about the different religions and where they're coming from, or if they don't have it at all, just to create some connectedness with us as we grow. It's just who I am. I'm passionate about the community healing and what's going on in our area. And like Latasha said, we have to be the change that we want to see. And that's what it's about to me. We're going to go with this learn, earn, and return, where we strive for measurable, sustainable, long-term results that encourage community pride, giving back, and generational wealth and health. And that's really what has me going. So I see us, Northside Culture, within 2 to 3 years as being a permanent place for people to come, recognize, and a respected organization that is known for improving community life on the north side of Minneapolis. Hopefully so that we can be a sample or an example of what other communities can do it and tackle it. And Al, I have to thank you again because, like I said, I'm third generation. And when I was coming up, there was no Black information. So you have provided a platform for us to go in and go look at this with the internet access and just give ourselves all the knowledge that we need.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm really loving that. And we are not doing it for the money. I have grandchildren. I am where I want to be in life. All I want to do is have gratitude and giving back. It's not the money that's going to make me successful. It's the impact in the lives that we change that's going to make us successful. And like I said, we are a product of our community. And when we raise those kids and give them the wellness to succeed, they're going to turn around and give it back to us and improve our generation. That, to me, that's the American dream, is when our future generation can turn around and do better than we did.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Awesome.
That was great.
Latasha jumped in right here, and you can certainly share your website. Either Brittany can bring it up, or you can bring it up and share it.
I can share it for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just wanted to speak a little bit about it. A lot of people reach out to me via messaging in the from the website. So there's a place on there where people can send an email, and then I usually respond within 24 hours. But the website is hhihi.org. And some students also register for the course there. The CNA classes, the 5-week classes, are $16.50. And then the CPR first aid and AED classes are $85. Are you able to pull it, Brittany?
Yeah. Are you guys seeing it, or am I?
No, we're not seeing it
No,
yet.
it's not.
Sorry. Give me 1 second. Let me try again.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Here we go.
That's okay.
Coming up now.
Oh,
Nope.
wait. I just
Not
messed up. Let me go
That's
again.
okay. Take your time.
Okay. Okay. There we go. Can you see it now?
No.
It's coming up.
Well, now.
There it is. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Can you go up to the top, Brittany?
Yes.
Can you go to the? Yeah.
Okay.
So up top, you can see the phone number. You can call the phone number there. I'll answer. And then there's my website to the right. And then on the home page, we have some pictures about us. We'll tell you about myself as the instructor and who I am. Under the course tab, it'll have the CNA class as well as the CPR class. I do want to mention I got a new schedule block at work, and I'm just now finalizing the schedule. So the dates for 2022 haven't been updated, but if anyone is interested in enrolling in the courses, they can call me at the number listed above, or they can call me at 217-412-8231, or they can send me an email at the latasha@hhihi.org website.
You want me to go back to the homepage? Or you tell me where to go, and I'll do whatever you need.
If you like. I just really wanted them to see the website because at the top of the page, the phone number is listed as well as the email.
Okay.
If there's some other things we need to discuss, I'm okay with that. I just wanted them to have an outlet or a method to reach me.
You raised the question that you might be looking for more space. I don't have the name right now, but there was a recent story about a woman who is I think a psychologist, has a psychology what's it, counseling therapist company. And I think the story indicates she bought the building at 41st and Lindale. Somebody might know about her. But that's Anissa, right. So that might be a place you want to check out as a possible, a place for growing your business. Yeah. And what's Anissa's last name?
Keys.
Okay. Yeah. So a lot of good stories on here. We'll be doing one, I think, in our paper pretty soon. But that's another resource for you. And so I have often proposed in talking to people in conversations like this, what it would be like. What would it be like if we had the capacity to hire and deploy 5,000 people in the health services professions in this neighborhood? Right now, North Minneapolis is characterized, and inappropriately defined
Yes.
by the lack or by the disparity or by the deficiency. But we know that's not who we are and what we are. We know that's a condition that is as much imposed as anything. We also know that the condition will not be changed by those who have imposed the condition. That's why what you say and what you are doing is so critically important, because the change we're talking about, uh, uh, Sister Caldwell, is the change we're bringing in this conversation that you're bringing to the market in your businesses. So I just want to reemphasize, restate, to lift that idea. You know, we should look at and talk about and communicate this idea in our neighborhoods that all the negative stuff they say about North Minneapolis, we're not buying it, we're not accepting it as a definition and description of who we are.
Absolutely.
We are being realistic, and we're looking at everything that is said as an opportunity. We are problem solvers.
Yes.
We got
Yes.
problems in this community, and we're making solving these problems our business.
Yes.
And in the process, we are talking about creating systems and strategies that build generational wealth in our
Yes.
community. They're
Yes.
training us to serve us. This is about servanthood, about servantship, us being servants to ourselves and to the community, and therefore to humanity. So those are just my thoughts. Um, uh, uh, where did you grow up? You told me Illinois, right, Letitia?
Yes, Al, it's Latasha.
Latasha, thank you for correcting
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
Talk about growing up. Where you came from, and talk about your parents, your mom or dad, and the generations before you. What goes into, again, Latasha Lee?
Okay, so I grew up in Decatur, Illinois. Both of my parents are from Mississippi. My
What part?
mother is
What part?
my
Right.
mother is from Gunnison, Mississippi, and my father is from what is it, Rosedale, Mississippi. So my dad has a ninth grade education. He's a very hardworking man. I can remember when I was a small girl, dad was laid off quite a bit. So he taught us our numbers, our alphabets, our letters. He ironed our clothes. He was really present, like in our younger, like toddler years where we were learning the basics prior to going to school. He had 3 girls and a son. My brother came 8 years later, but I always remember, as a small girl, he would line us, up on the couch together and, make us sit real still, and we had to eat oatmeal every day, and we had to get the letters right, or we would get a little pop on our fingers. We would always mix the B and the D up, and he said, "You will be doing this every day until you get this right," and we would say, "We want mommy," and he's like, "Mommy's at work." My mom was at the Voice newspaper work, and he's like, "There's nothing she can do for you. We're learning and you're sitting still." So I am so thankful for my dad who still lives in Illinois. My mom went on, she now has a master's as well. She's a substance abuse counselor, but part of my educational drive for all black people really stems from my grandmother, which is my mother's mom. My grandmother was a Anna Waters Head Start teacher in Mississippi, and she had an associate, and grandma had 13 kids. So my mom is one of 8 girls and she has 5 brothers. From the time we were small, my grandmother always talked about how important it was to be educated and be knowledgeable and to be able to go out in the world and make a change. So a lot of my drive stems from grandma and my parents, who all three of them were very, very involved in my life. But every summer when we would go to Mississippi, grandma would take us to that little Anna Waters Head Start. It used to be so hot. There was flies everywhere. They were giving out free lunches that I didn't want to eat. But you know how it is when you're coming up. Grandma, she was like, "This is the best thing for you. I know you don't want to walk on this black road, but you have to." And not only that, I have an aunt who's my mom's elder sister. She's 73. She took us to church every Sunday. So church was a huge part of my life. It still is. I have a study Bible. I pray every day, several times out of the day. I fast a lot of times when I'm on my Peloton bike. So there's a spiritual piece to me as well, and I am who I am because of my ancestors, but first and foremost because of God, who is the high of my life.
Yes.
What do
Amen.
you know about your ancestors beyond the 2 or 3 generations you described? Have you had an interest in discovering your historical or ancestral roots at all?
So I just started talking about that. And so I'm gonna do like one of those ancestor.com. And my aunt who's 73, we recently started talking about it because I think she's the oldest. And so I'm kind of getting a little nervous because I kind of want to get some knowledge from her. I hope she'll live forever. But
Mhm.
as our family members get older, you want to get all the knowledge and learn as much as you
Yeah.
can. But I do know that, my great grandma, there was some, they were slaves. I know that they picked cotton. I know that we're mixed up with lots of things because there were some inappropriate things happening to them when they were working for these white masters. And so, yes, I'm very interested to find out exactly what all I'm mixed with and to get all information from my aunt that I can that's relative to my ancestors and just past life in general.
Answer that the same question. Talk more about your parents, your forebears, and ancestors to the degree that you have thought about it and are able to share, willing to share.
My grandmother, her parents migrated up here from Mississippi. My grandmother, her sister was 23 years older than
What town?
she was.
What town was your mom from? Grandmom from?
I don't
What
know
part of?
what
Okay.
I don't know what part. My grandma's part of the family, lots of secrets that you didn't talk about and were not going to be talked about. My grandfather, the other side, we have abundance of history and documented slavery. We have our family reunion on a plantation in Georgia where we go back all the
Wow.
way. Much
Oh.
rooted history that can be told longer than this hour, but deep. It's funny how my grandfather's side is so rich, where the grandma side is hush hush, don't tell. Lots of family secrets nobody wanted to know. Where it's hard to break the cycle of things that have happened, and I am part of that first generation who is trying to break the cycle in family traditions, good and bad. Uh, Even though I'm third generation, I am first. Me and my husband, we are first in doing a lot of things that we do to make a better future for our grandchildren
Mhm.
and future great grandchildren.
That's awesome. Nika, same question for you as you reflect on what lineage means. What comes to mind? Where are you from? Okay, you said from here, but talk
Yes.
about the heritage.
Okay, absolutely. Yes, I grew up here in St. Paul and St. Paul suburbs, but both my parents are from South Carolina, rural South Carolina, not too far from Myrtle Beach. I think is the largest city closest to where they're from. And I have on both sides 18 aunts and uncles, and all of them went to college, pursued university. So that is, education is really big in my family, family and communities, big in our family, loves big in our family. So I was very blessed to have not only a strong mother and father, but second moms and many of second dads through all of my uncles who all helped raise me. And that's a huge blessing in my life. And I'm an only child, but I have like 28 first cousins, I think. So we're kind of a big, bold Black family. And I love that. Y'all know what I mean by that. And so we had nice, strong, supportive family, which is great. So as far as my ancestors go, I think my strongest connection to my ancestors is actually working with my ancestors who are on the other side. I have that ability
Mhm.
to work with them. Some of them step forward and help me in my journey here in the earth plane. And they provide me with love, support, and guidance, and protection, and presence. So that's what my ancestors mean to me, and they keep me connected to, Mother Africa and what other continents I could be from. Of course, we're all from many different places.
Yeah.
And I just love that strength and that strong sense of ancestry within the Black community is something that really strengthens me quite a bit.
Well, what a wonderful conversation. I couldn't think of a better way to spend an hour than spending it with you. This has been enlightening, enriching, inspiring. Brittany, thank you for your ability to hang in with me here and curate this show. Thanks to the Black Women's Wealth Alliance and thanks to the B Marketplace. My final instruction to those who are listening or watching is to do all you can to connect with these businesses and their colleagues, businesses in our community. Demonstrate your belief that we have what we need with this to create quality of life, that we have solutions that will serve not only ourselves and our families and our neighborhoods, but serve humanity. And in fact, that's our obligation, it's our duty. With that, guys, thank you all so much. I'm Al McFarlane. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.